local students, students at home, welcome everybody. Start with our breathing. Place your feet comfortable distance apart, hands on the lower abdomen, lips lightly sealed, teeth gently meshed together. Allow your eyes to close and begin focusing on deep, relaxed breathing. As you breathe in, feel your abdomen go out. As you breathe out, feel it come back in. Breathe in deeply. Breathe out slowly. Be relaxed. With each breath, begin to imagine a cascade of relaxation flowing down the body from the top of your head all the way down to the bottoms of your feet. Feel your face and jaw relax. Neck and shoulders relax. Chest and upper back relax. Shoulders and arms feel heavy. Stomach and lower back relax. Not going to yell at a toddler.
Swords up there.
I'm not going to traumatize a child. Never to look in positively in martial arts again. Feel the flow of relaxation through your waist into your hips, through your thighs and backs of your legs. Allow your knees to soften. Feel your calf muscles relax. Your ankles relax. And the bottoms of your feet relax. Breathe in deeply. Breathe out slowly. Be relaxed. Next time that you breathe out, open your eyes, lower your hands, begin embracing horse. Feet shoulder width, turn the toes in slightly so the outside edges become parallel. Sit back, bend your knees, circle the arms back, circle the arms around. hold for about 30 seconds more. Very good. And release. Straighten the legs, lower the hands, circle the arms up, inhale, press the palms down to exhale. Okay, so last class we touched on trying to preview that pull back press and push. That's what we're going to work on mostly today, but we're going to do obviously a little bit of review from the beginning. So let's start from the very beginning with our feet together. And we're going to go just to the ward off right. So we're going to do step left, ward off right, ward off left, ward off right. That's what we're going to do for a few times to review. So center yourself, focus on breathing, feel both your feet on the floor, shoulders down, head suspended. And step left. Commencement. Ward off right. Ward off left. Get your balance here before stepping. Ward off right. Turn a little more to the left. Sink down, step in. Going towards the office, step out, heel toe, shift. Turn left. Reset. Let's do that 2 more times. Step left. Commencement. Ward off right. Ward off left. Ward off right. Reset. Step left. Commencement. Ward off right. Ward off left. Ward off right. Release. Okay. I'm going to demonstrate those a couple of times facing the front, and then I'll take any questions, and then I'll preview with some instruction the moves that we've just kind of threw in at the last minute, last class. Step left. Commencement. Ward off right. Ward off left. Ward off right. Questions? Any questions about any of that? No? No? Good? Okay. I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to add on the next moves. The good news is your feet don't move, so there's no stepping. Your weight is definitely going to shift between your feet, even though they're not moving. So, step left. I'm going to shift my weight into the front foot, push my hands this way, that's press, like I'm pressing against something. I'm going to follow through, shift my weight to my back foot, push. So, again, when it's new to you, focus on the feet, and that this is super important, that your legs, even though I'm not stepping, my weight and what I'm doing, where my center is going to change. This will come later, but if you're going to focus on something, really put some attention into where your weight is. But pull back, press, follow through, and push. Any questions about that as we start working on it? Oh, I got excited. I was like, "Ooh, mask adjustment." Yes, ma'am.
Could you just do it one more time?
Absolutely. Didn't step in that time. Sorry, I went in advanced mode. There we go. So, things to think about here. It's very easy for the hands to get ahead of the feet here. This is an advanced principle, but there's a concept in Tai Chi called upper follows lower. So you think of your whole body moving as one unit versus I tell my feet to do a thing, I tell my hands to do a thing. It's learning to move your whole body together. It takes time. But part of how you learn to do that is by training yourself to think that the hands move because the feet have done something. And when the feet do something, obviously that's going to do something with the center, your body's center of gravity, and your hands are the result of that center moving. So it's very easy to kind of trick yourself by doing this. So notice my legs did not move at all. Oh yeah, I did pull back. Or stay back here and not change from here. So take the time, if you're able to put brain space to it, to think, okay, if I have to go back, my hands have to go back, something has to happen with my lower body. I shift, and if I'm relaxed, it's a whip. And then same thing, they get here, don't do this unless something down here has given them some inertia. So I shift forward, which is what gives me the stress. Well, how are my arms going to get, if I'm not going to just move my arms for arm's sake, something has to happen in the lower body for me to reset this. And then same thing, I'm not just going to use my arms, something from the lower body has to generate the move with the arms. Does that make sense? So, that's not something that just happens overnight, but that's kind of the groundwork of what we're trying to train our bodies to be able to do. And eventually, trust me, you will get it where you don't have to constantly think feet, center, hands, feet, center, it will get there. It just takes time. Be patient. Any questions about that, or does that make some sense? All right. So let's do it once from the beginning through that. Do that pull back, press, and push, and then from there we'll kind of just focus on those new moves. All right? Thank you. Step left. Commencement. Ward off right. Ward off left. Ward off right. Sometimes you have to turn a little bit the other way to go into the direction you want. Feet down, step in, step back, heel toe. Shift to the right, turn to the right, left toes in. Good. From here, keep the feet where they are, but turn a little bit more to your right. Now use your legs. Shift back on the back leg. Turn your waist so that your arms can lower down, back, and around. You're still on your back foot. Your left hand is now touching your right wrist. Now shift your legs, shift forward to press. Now clear the hands, use your legs, shift back so that you can lower your arms. Very good. Shift forward, push. Sorry, I stuck up on you. Stuck up on you. All right, so you're in your right double dragons, foot placement in the ward off right. So right hand up, left hand supporting. Switch your hands. There you go. There you go. Now, for pull back, turn a little bit more to the right. Shift with the legs, turn the waist, lower the hands down, back, and around. Left hand supports right wrist. Use the legs, shift forward, press. Follow through, use the legs, shift back, lower the hands. Shift forward, push. One more time, just like that. Set to ward off right, very good. Pull back, turn, shift with the legs, turn your waist. Shift forward, press. Clear the hands, shift backwards, lower the hands, shift forward, push. Release. Check it out. Okay, good. You'll hear us say many times, every day is leg day in Tai Chi. So it's like your legs didn't move, and yet if you did it right, you should be feeling them. Any questions or anything you'd like to see in any of those moves? Yes, sir.
How far down do your hands?
Good question. How far down do your hands go? So, about here.
Shoulder height?
About. And this is again where if you think about what you're going to do, your body will kind of naturally, like if I were going to push a big bookshelf, or obviously a car would be more down here, but if I were going to push a heavy object, your body naturally would kind of know where that feels right for you. So elbows kind of in by my sides, about here.
Yeah, it's kind of straight out.
Correct. Yeah. There's a little bit, if you've done the application, you'll notice there's a little bit of an upward push. So there's an arc to it because I shift, and I'm not doing this just with my arms, but because I shift back, I lower, and as I shift forward, that naturally puts a little bit of an up to it. Does that make sense? Because remember, in the application, we're uprooting somebody, so there is a little bit of an up versus just a shove. Good question. Advanced. Don't worry about that. Yes, sir.
Did you demonstrate the pullback?
Yes.
And around?
Yes. This is a good one. He asked me to demonstrate the pullback. It's very easy to not turn enough, and it's also easy to turn too much. The turning too much usually happens intermediate and advanced, because you're telling yourself, I have to turn, I have to turn, I have to turn. When after you've trained for a while, you don't have to turn quite as much. So, let's see. So, turn. What overturn would look like is this. I don't have to turn that far. Why do I turn? I'm turning just enough to load up this foot so that I can really get that difference in substantial and substantial. So I turn a little bit, shift, turn my waist first, which is what brings this around. Let's see. So that.
Really, most of the movements in the left arm.
Correct.
And it's not a big sweep, it's just a small sweep.
Correct, correct. Yeah, so this also, so overturning here happens, overturning here happens. So notice when I do this, this knee, my front knee, is wanting to come in a little bit. I've overturned it. I lose my tuck too, because if I keep my tuck and my hips kind of moving as a unit, for me to turn this much, I twist my low back. So this is where that body frame in Tai Chi will be a guide map for you. So if I keep my head suspended, my shoulders down, my waist loose, keep my tuck, knees rounded out, that's as far as I can turn. Otherwise, I'm starting to, this knee comes in, I lose my tuck. Same thing, I shift back, I could turn, provided I don't let any of this framework come out of place. Does that make sense?
That's perfect.
So it's going to look different for everybody, but if you can really harness in on this part of your body staying strong and connected, that will put guardrails on how much you can turn.
Thank you.
Good question. Any other questions?
I just noticed that when you first come and grasp hand is more under the elbow, but it's just because of the movement.
Really good observation. Yes, yes, very good. I mean, there's going to be every practitioner is going to be a little different, and hands do move. So the way Senior Head Instructor Fig does his is going to look a little different to mine. But that's an excellent observation. So what she noticed is, I didn't do this with my hands. I did this with my body. Which, if you're just watching the hands, it looks like my hand went to my elbow. Not really. I mean, a little bit. But it's because my torso turned, my waist turned. Excellent observation. Yes, very good. Because I'll show you what that looks like when it's just hands. Don't do it this way if you can help it. So I didn't move my waist at all. And then I did move my waist, but I didn't move my legs. So then it gets into this kind of a weird ellipse shape rather than keeping it this way. Does that make sense? Very good. Good questions. All right, more practice? Questions? Oh, okay.
No, just adjusting.
All good, all good. All right, so let's get into that ward-off right position. So check your feet. Make sure you start from that shoulder width apart, step forward with the right foot into that walking lunge. And from here, head suspended. Imagine that you've got a thread holding your head up from above. Shoulders are down, your waist is loose. Get that tuck. So here I do not have a tuck. Here I have a tuck. So hopefully you can see a little bit of a difference there. And tuck just means neutral low back. So, we naturally tend to have an arch here. The tuck is I straighten that out. It's not extreme. I'm not turning my pelvis under, but I am straightening it. So when you hear tuck, that's what that means. It means take the curve out of your low back. That puts the work in your legs. So, and the shock absorption too. All right, so from here, turn a little bit more to the right for pull back to start it up. Now shift back, turn the waist for pull back. The arms follow. And from here, shift forward for press. Clear the hands, shift back, lower the arms. Shift forward, push. And keep the feet where they are, reset the hands to ward off right. And pull back, turn, shift. Press. Follow through, shift back. Push. One more time, set the hands. And pull back. Press. And push. Good, release, shake it out. Very good, very good. Any questions? Yes, ma'am.
The press, after you bring the hands back together, and you shift, is that as far as the press goes, or do you push out more?
Good question. I know this won't make it on camera, but I got Bob here. So, if Bob had arms, he doesn't. But pull back, I get a little closer. Press. So it comes from my body versus,
Okay.
see the difference? So basically for press, I'm going to keep my body frame, and that's where the shift comes. I've made contact, and I shift. It's a lot stronger than, and then push, I'm not going to push too hard because I don't want to undo drywall, but it's the same thing. So it's not here, it's here. And it's all coming from the legs. Does that make sense? Good, good questions. All right, one time from the beginning, and then for fun, we'll preview the next move. It's called single whip. And if you're new to this, don't freak out. It's the most complicated of the beginner section, but it is also the postcard, send a note to loved ones that I do Tai Chi pose. Like if you send a picture of somebody in single whip, that is unanimous. Everybody who does Tai Chi will be like, oh, that's Tai Chi. So it's worth kind of, putting up with it. This is weird to get to the photo op. All right, so from the beginning, step left. ward off right, ward off left, ward off right. Pull back. Legs, 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 legs. Press. Follow through. And push. All right. Just forget it, don't freak out. We're gonna do single whip. So from here, you're gonna shift back and straighten the arms. And you're gonna turn to the left. You're gonna turn your right toes in crazy a lot towards, like basically they're facing the front of the room. Keep turning. Shift the weight to the right foot. Form a circle with the right hand on top in a V. The heel of your left foot comes up. Sink down, step in. Now, step back that way, heel toe. Shift to the left, lift the left hand, turn to the left, turn the right toes in. Yeah, you have done single whips. Release. And it actually looked quite good. I was like, first time, very good, yeah. So that move usually takes at least one whole class, sometimes two. So next class, Senior Head Instructor Fig will be here. I have to go help my mom get some stuff, how to get out of skills nursing home. So I will let him know to kind of review, pull back, press and push, and focus on single whip on Thursday. So that's what you guys will do. Any other questions before we bow out? All right. We follow the 5 parts: faith, respect, perseverance, patience, and humility.
Back to Head Instructor.
Bow to intermediate and beginner level students. Students at home, basic training dismissed. Good job, everybody.